What is up? I'm Zach Pfeiffer, and this is your recap of Survivor 46, Episode 12, Mama Bear. And guys, I covered this last episode. Play your idol. Just play your idols. Anyone got idols? Just play them. I think it'd be smart to play it. Can't wait to see how this season impacts future seasons in idol play, because this is a record, y'all. It's insane. We've had 6 idols be eliminated from the game. 5 were voted out. 1 was medically evacuated. 1 was with Jem. 1 was with Hunter. 1 was with Tiffany. 1 was with Venus. And 1 was with Q. 4 in a row. Insane. Let's dive on in, baby. In the penultimate episode of this season, it was entertaining. It was good. Of the merge, I think it was like a nice little floop. Hopefully the finale's like that. But yeah, you know, we start off with more silliness with Ben just being like, I forgot who to vote for, so I voted for Kenzie, who apparently they have like a really nice alliance, and Ben has said he'll never write Kenzie's name, which we've never heard before on camera, but claims that just blanked at Tribal Council and voted Kenzie instead of Venus. Okay. Like, I believe Ben, but still, like, really, buddy? Because if Venus had played her idol, it would have been a tie between Q and Kenzie. And I think that Kenzie could have gone home. Well, yeah, so there was that. And then we got, it was an episode with 2 challenges. We got a reward challenge, which was iconic. It's the table one. I would love to, like, get one of those at home. That'd be really fun. So if anyone wants to buy me one, just let me know. I'll send you my address. But yeah, it was close. It was reward, so it was just like not too much on the line for takeout. Charlie wins. He gets to choose 2 people who will also get letters from home. And Maria's like tenses up immediately, and we're like, oh. And we saw the previews, so we're like, oh no, we know exactly what's gonna happen here. And Charlie makes the right decision in my book and chooses Kenzie and Liz, who did not go get pizza last episode. And Maria's heartbroken. And she continues to be heartbroken. Back at the beach. No, okay, let me go to the sanctuary first. We go to the sanctuary, we're like having all this yummy food, and then it's like really emotional. I always love the letters from home. It always like gets me choked up, makes me think about what letters I would receive from my loved ones and how hard I would cry on national television. It was really sweet to see Charlie, Liz, and Kenzie have those moments together. Yeah. And then they strategized, as you should when you have this isolation. And they said, we should go for Maria, because she is a threat. And honestly, if not Maria, Q, because they're like worried about Maria. She is such a threat. She's number 1 on everyone's books right now. And then they're like, I think everyone took it well. I think they're probably at home just fine. And then we see like Maria just like weeping. She's so dramatic. It's like a monologue. She's like, something died within me. My heart was shattered in 3. I was like, okay. And I'm not like dissing Maria's like feelings or anything here. Like, they are at the point where they're physically, mentally, and emotionally just completely tapped out. And like, this would be enough to break any person who's been on an island for 22 days. So like, really hard to watch, really sad. But like, I don't have too much empathy after last week when you like snubbed Ben, or snubbed, oh my God. Yeah. Snubbed Liz and Venus and took Ben and Q to go get food. But anyway, so that was entertaining. And then we get this like magical moment at the sanctuary where they're like, do you think they're looking for an idol? And Kenzie's like, probably not. Cut to them looking for an idol, and guess who finds it? Q. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God. This is crazy. This could be a wild turn of events, because what a big move from Q and Maria to play an idol correctly after all this stuff. I was like, this is gonna be great. We get to immunity, and it's like another little obstacle course thing with this like cute little dolphin puzzle. Again, if anyone wants to buy it for me, please do. And Maria wins, which like I was hoping for anyone but Maria, Charlie, or Q to win, so it would be like a really interesting vote to see who would be taken out. But that's not what happened. Maria wins again, and raising her threat level once again. Safe and secured in the final 5. So welcome to the final 5, Maria. They get back to camp, and the strategy of this episode is really funny. The producers had fun with this one, y'all. Having Charlie and Maria so adamantly be like, I don't think the other one would ever turn on me. And the other one being like, I don't think that could possibly happen. And they're both being like, tonight's the night I take out my number one. Because, you know, in New Era Survivor, that's just what you have to do, I guess. You just have to get rid of your number one, which I argue against. I think if you played a better game, you don't have to take out your number one. You can go to the end and, you know, plead your case. That's not the case here. So they're both targeting each other. But Maria's has immunity, and, like, that couldn't happen. So Charlie now is like, well, we should go for Q. And with Q and Maria being like, we should go for Charlie, it is really, those three have made up their minds. It's up to Liz, Ben, and Kenzie of what is going to happen here. I think the most interesting, like, part of the strategy was when Charlie decided to tell Maria that they think they're going for Q. And that, like, Q is the one that they're going for. Because they don't know that he has an idol, but Maria does. And if Maria's safe and she thinks Q could potentially go home, she could tell him to play that idol. You know, that could be what to do. And then Charlie goes home no matter what. So that didn't happen. We get Trap Council, much of the same. You know, they're all just like, oh my God, Survivor's so hard. Except there's no one like Venus to, like, make it really interesting and spicy. So they vote, and they show us every single vote. And there's very few times when this has happened. Most iconically, in my mind, is when in Fans vs. Favorite, Micronesia. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. When the girls convince Eric to give up his necklace and they all vote out Eric. I think Black Widow Brigade, like, this is just like a whiff of that. It wasn't nearly as impactful, I think, because then the decision came down to, will Q play his idol? Which I think, I think it builds on itself. So now we're like, okay, this must be the time that the idol curse is broken. But it's not. And Q gets voted out with an idol in his pocket, and he almost, like, reveals it. He, like, reaches in his pocket as he's about to snuff his torch, but then doesn't. Like, I don't know if anyone saw that. But he goes. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about back at Ponderosa now that 4 of them went out with idols. Insane. But yeah, let's talk about, like, that whole, why they showed us all those votes. Because wouldn't it be more dramatic if they voted, well, I guess the strategy was all, like, Charlie or Q. So, like, it was kind of, the question was, where was Liz and Kenzie gonna vote? Like, were they gonna blindside Charlie, or were they gonna go for Q? But they showed us all of that. So I guess the gag was Q not playing his freaking idol. And now we're gonna go to the final 5 with 5 people, each of them with very different odds of winning. And last time I did the 6 ranking, like, least to most likely if they were just sitting at final tribal council. But I'm gonna now just, like, really talk through what I think is gonna happen with these next 5 people in this end game. Because we have Q, we have Liz, we have Kenzie, we have Charlie, and we have Maria. So Maria's only shot is going to be winning immunity this next tribal council. Otherwise, she's toast. Totally toast. Maria was doing so well, and then I think she got a little cocky here, and she voted for Charlie. And now that Charlie didn't go home, it's all eyes up against Maria, because they all realize that Maria really is the biggest threat to win this game. If she sits in the final 3, she's going to win. And it's obvious. Charlie thinks that him and Maria have had very similar games, and if Charlie gets to the end, Charlie will win, but without Maria, because, like, they have such similar games, you know, Malcolm and Denise. So that's why I think Maria is, like, least likely to get to the end, final 3. I think she's going to be 5th. I think she's 5th. 4th place is, I think, the most up in the air for me. I think the person going home at Final Fire and getting 4th place will either be Charlie or Liz. And I think it's probably gonna be Liz. I think of, like, a little bit of the fire imagery that's around her. There was that one day she was really upset and she was trying to start fire and then she couldn't. She just threw the flint down. Like, I think it could be her. So I think Liz is gonna get 4th. And then we're gonna have a final 3 with Kenzie, Ben, and Charlie. So I think 0 vote final is Ben, will be 3rd. I love Ben. I think Ben is so sweet, but like Ben hasn't really played Survivor. He's just kind of been a number, and we just haven't seen the edit that we need to see for him to win. So for him to win would be pretty crazy. Not crazy, pretty out there. Strange things have happened. I think between Charlie and Kenzie, second place runner up will probably be Charlie, and Kenzie will take it. Charlie has been doing a really good job, and we've seen it in the edit. He's done a really good job, but I don't know if everyone else has been able to see the same thing that we're seeing. It's different when you're on the island, and everyone's seeing Maria as the person that has driven that game. And so if that's the perception, what's the difference between Ben and Charlie? Just another lapdog of Maria. Kenzie even called Charlie this last episode the dog of the tribe. Like, I would rather be Grandma Liz than dog of the tribe. Like, so I think the perception is not going to be favorable to the Sika 3 or Charlie particularly. So Ben, I'm sorry, he's not going to get anything anyway. But I do think Charlie might cop a couple votes. And then I think Kenzie's going to take it. What would be wild? And this falls into the same thing of Kenzie winning. What if it's a tie? Okay? 4-4. I don't know. It could be like a 4-4 thing. If it's 4-4, then Ben would be the deciding vote, and we'd have our first tie since Ghost Island, second ever. And Ben would vote Kenzie, and Kenzie would win. So it could be close. It could be like a neck and neck thing with Kenzie and Charlie, and then Kenzie wins it out. But I honestly think that, yeah, I'm saying that. I think Kenzie's gonna win. She's going to win $1 million, just got married, and is going to have a baby. What a happy story. And Charlie's going to be so close and be a lovely comeback for like second chance one day. And that's what I think is going to happen, y'all. It's been a wild season. I can't wait to recap the finale. I can't believe it's already there. And we're about to go into our summer lull. So enjoy this last week of Survivor, y'all. Enjoy all the speculation. I want to hear all your thoughts. And yeah, keep on surviving, y'all. I'll talk soon. Mwah.